And we are live. Good evening, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 406. Today is Monday, June 3rd, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 3-ish.
At 3-ish.
On the West Coast.
West Coast. Mm-hmm. And today, top stories, John McAfee to roll out his Freedom Coin crypto this fall. Walmart follows Pfizer in joining blockchain pharmaceutical project. Local Ethereum woos local Bitcoin traders after platform reportedly bans cash trading. Mexico is getting into 8 new cryptocurrency exchanges. Block One is launching a social media platform on the EOS blockchain. And TV show Billions Season 4 Episode 11 highlights blockchain technology and corruption in the New York government. That is right. But before we get started with all that great news, Bitcoin Zay, do we have a crypto coin winner?
We do not, unfortunately. In response to our question about the SEC's hands-off regulation, no questions answered, or nobody answered it. But we will have a chance to win some crypto coin today, so stay tuned till the end.
All right. With that being said, before we get started, how are we looking on the ticker today? What's going on with some of these prices?
Oh, yeah. So over the weekend, we had a good amount of drops across the board. Bitcoin is sitting today at $8,463.47, down about 3%. Ethereum is hovering at about $258, down 3.5%. Litecoin coming in at $110 is down 3% as well. Ripple, which did rip off a big gain last weekend, actually is down 1% as well at 43 cents. And Bitcoin Cash is sitting at $422, the biggest loss of the day at minus 4.5%. So that's our prices of the top 5 coins in the cryptocurrency exchange right now.
There we go. All right, what's going on, Antonio from the UK? Jizzy Mac, D. Chiron. Antonio is saying big news this week.
Oh, yeah.
Big news. What's some of the news going on this week? Top story of the day. John McAfee to roll out Freedom Coin cryptocurrency this fall. Oh, that is right. McAfee is at it again. Before you run for president, when you want to make sure you have your own crypto, that's what McAfee's planning. Now, crypto enthusiast, Bitcoin bull, antivirus software namesake, and 2020 United States presidential campaigner John McAfee is releasing his own independent cryptocurrency according to official Twitter post on May 29th. Because it's not official, people, unless it's on Twitter first. Tell us about this McAfee coin he's launching.
Oh, yeah. Well, the McAfee Freedom Coin, in his own words, it's been designed to confront the problem of exchanges head on. It is not based on any commodity, nor is it connected to the value or behavior of an external item or entity. The value of the coin will always be zero in relation to any other currency, yet its natural market value is free completely to grow. So this is a novel idea from John McAfee, where he's basically trying to come up with a way for exchanges not to be involved and that the actual value comes peer-to-peer, purely what you think you should buy for McAfee or what you could trade for McAfee's coins. However, the problem with this, and this has been commented a lot on Twitter, is that at the end of the day, everything has a value. Somebody's going to put a dollar amount on it. Right. Even if it's not an exchange, somebody will be on eBay and say, hey, I'll sell 5 million Freedom Coins for $5, and then boom, you have a market. And then people will go from there. So I know what he's trying to do, but when you look at the website, it's like 4 or 5 paragraphs of just him talking over himself or whoever typed it up. It sounds like a sort of the political way that he's going towards president. But it is his own coin. He has talked about this before, and he wants to get rid of the fear, greed, manipulation, and the vagaries of external economic conditions. So that's what McAfee's going for now.
The best thing about the website is definitely the fireworks. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
But as you said, it's one of those things, novel ideal. I get it. If you saw that website, you can go to it as well. Here, I'll pull it up for those who are listening. Make sure you give that website name. It is McAfee freedomcoin.com, MCAFEE, freedomcoin.com. But essentially, I get it. His first paragraph, he's talking about, hey, before you spend $1 or €1, you don't know value of it or what it's worth. You just inherently know. So he's saying you can do that the same with our coin, or with the Freedom Coin. But as you stated already, if you were to do that and it is worth something, people are going to attach it. So you're saying it's impossible for this to be possible?
Well, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying that you have to change humans in order for this coin to work. That's one thing about most good, big ideas is they meet people where they're at. So if people are already at a certain point, you kind of can meet them there, and then it blows up. However, this is sort of a change in the way of people's thinking. Like you have to, I mean, people who have been in crypto long enough, your mindset about money has changed completely because you understand the value of stuff is based on what, you know what I mean? So based on consensus. So to us, yeah, but how many people use Bitcoin? Then how many people in Bitcoin understand consensus? That's a hard uphill battle. It's possible. However, you have to change the way people are thinking. But this would be like 100-year grind trying to get it. I know, right? Trying to get it to where he's trying to go.
What's going on, Andre Durden? Yes, Antonio. Oh, you talking about EOS? Yeah, we're actually gonna be talking about that as well. But yeah, he's quoting big news being funny. That's pretty funny. D. Chiron, what's going on? Freedom Coin should be catchy by the name alone. Exactly.
Oh yeah.
All right, next big story. Walmart follows Pfizer in joining blockchain pharmaceutical project Mini Ledger. It has been reported. What is going on with this partnership here?
Oh, man. Well, it looks as though the global retail giant Walmart is expanding its blockchain expertise by joining blockchain-powered pharmaceutical consortium called MediLedger, which basically is a blockchain for pharmaceutical products, making sure they can track it and move, pretty swiftly with the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. So they're joining Pfizer, which is a huge company, in order to develop a blockchain network for the health and pharmaceutical industry. Now, this is surprising to me simply because I didn't think Walmart would need a consortium. However, when you're dealing with blockchain technology, how fast it can expand, they're going to copy each other's ideas. So they might as well have a consortium of big companies. They do it anyway. As soon as one company comes out with something big, they figure it out with their developers, and then they bring it in the same way. So with blockchain technology, might as well start off with everybody else. They teaming up with IBM, they're teaming up with a few other firms. And again, it's called the MediLedger, which is medical ledger, so to say, for short.
Right. And the MediLedger project was initiated, it looks like, by San Francisco-based blockchain tech firm Chronicode. As you said, develop a system for trusted data sharing within pharmaceutical product supply chains. Wow. So we are definitely going in this direction when it comes to the whole supply chain. It reminds me of that Andreas Antonopoulos speech he gave this month, actually, where he said, I say a word and you say blockchain after it because that's what they're doing. You know, he did Long Island iced tea, blockchain, whatever, blockchain. Then he was like supply chains, blockchain. So as we know, we're going to see this.
This will go very far.
Oh, it's going to go deep. And at least with something like this, now you talk about Quorum blockchain with stuff like JP Morgan. Like these are actually where those centralized blockchains make a little bit more sense. All right, I get this. When you're working with, perfect example is the military or shipping. When you talk about the United States Navy and getting supplies to the ships and stuff, I get it. Internal block. I mean, that's where intranet is useful. It's like, hey, we're just doing this for supplies. Like, so what if we get hacked? The worst thing somebody's gonna do is try to send us more apples or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
and we'll catch it.
Right, we'll
see it.
We'll catch it because it's internal. I'm gonna call you up. Why do you need 30,000 apples all of a sudden? Like, what's going on? But the point is to at least have trust within those organizations that work alongside each other, as well as to lower those transaction fees and make things happen faster. So I think when it comes to supply chains, this is a great idea. This is where actually a lot of the bigger banks and some of the financial institutions should be focusing on, instead of trying to find that centralized stable coin or exchange or whatever, which is like we can take all the money. It's like, no, like that's what this system is built to continue to beat. But if you do something like this where it's like, hey, we can still offer you a great blockchain, a great token that you can use within your organization. Now we're talking about something different that I can see being utilized and accepted a little bit more by the community.
Oh, yeah. And blockchain tech isn't going anywhere. One of the things, like I just said with McAfee, is you have to change people in order for certain stuff to work. The senior executive at Pfizer argued himself. He said, the major obstacle for global adoption of blockchain applications is not caused by technology. However, the main hurdle is that business competitors have to solve the issue of sharing infrastructure and governance, the executive stress. So humans, once again, you have to change the human mindset of competition. We want to sell more than you. We want to outdo you because our stock or whatnot. That whole mindset is an old way of thinking, simply because there's so many resources on Earth. If we have the technology to provide it to everyone and it can be tracked,
everyone's going to do all right.
Everyone's going to do all right. I mean, like they always say, they compare poor here versus poor other places. Hopefully across the board, that won't be a problem with something like blockchain technology. If you can get everybody healthcare for a very, very cheap price, we can basically point out the big companies that do wrong. So this is good to see here. Once again, they agree blockchain technology is the way. It's humans. Humans are going to have to change, and that takes maybe a generation. So 20 years, so to say.
But
That's usually where it changed.
I love how they're all, again, still mentioning blockchain technology. But what currency are we going to use on this technology backbone? Because again, when they say blockchain, remember when we say blockchain, unless we're specifically talking about, like I just mentioned, JP Morgan's Quorum one, or we talk about the Ripple one a lot or whatever. Unless we're mentioning specific names, we're usually talking about the Bitcoin blockchain because that is the blockchain. People, whether they know it or not, that's what they're actually referring to when they say blockchain tech. That is the only blockchain right now that is the longest, the oldest, and it still has worked and hasn't been hacked. Nobody else has that claim to fame. So, again, when we say it, we're saying Bitcoin, but it's funny to continue to see blockchain, and that's the buzzword.
Just say it in anything.
But next time some exec or somebody you talk to says something about blockchain technology, just say which blockchain do you intend on using, because that changes
most
the entire story.
I don't know.
Well, just the technology itself.
You're gonna see blockchain Baptist.
Right, hilarious. What's going on, Trek? PFC Wills in here. Christopher Ladd. Michael Williams said hemp blockchain. There we go.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's being developed or already developed.
Right,
they got hemp coin out right now.
Paragon tried it. Local Ethereum woos local Bitcoins traders after platform reportedly bans cash trading. That is right.
Oh yeah, let's give them.
Exactly. Oh, we're about to go in on local Bitcoins.
What are y'all doing?
Another reason why we keep saying don't give in to the government and regulators. We know it's hard. We know it, but. Also, this is why, too, because local Bitcoin started to get in. First, it was KYC. Then it was AML. For those who don't know, that's Know Your Customer, anti-money laundering laws and compliance regulations that are put in place by government. But at first, it's only that, and you scared away some customers. Then you started getting your mini hacks here and there because now you got to spend your money on compliance people instead of actual support people and coders and people who do cybersecurity. So now you're getting little hacks here and there, or at least people on the platform. And now, last but not least, they're coming out saying we're not even doing cash trading anymore. I wonder why. I'm sure this is you guys' idea, right? You didn't get a tap on the shoulder to say cut your business in half even further.
Oh yeah, and they're based in Helsinki. Like they don't have to listen to the U.S. and English rules if they don't have to. But at the same time, they do because their country or whoever
stimulus package.
Whoever they're registered under is probably like, oh yeah, they're gonna shut all this down if you don't listen to what they say. So unfortunately for them, they listen. But like we always say, there's always an alternative. This is a big game of whack-a-mole. If you hit one, there's always going to be another one that pops up because of the technology. It's so strong. Anybody can make a local Bitcoins website. It may not be as popular at first, but if you do unpopular things such as the KYC, the AML, take away cash, then people will move. So shout out to local Ethereum because even if you don't have Ethereum, so to say, if you have Bitcoins, you could transfer it pretty easy. I mean, you could do it within the app now with most wallets. And then people say, hey, I'll use local Ethereums because I can still do cash trades. Because even if you've never done one, you need that as a possibility. Because PayPal may go down, Venmo, Stripe, whatever, Zelle, whatever you use through local Bitcoins could go away. You always got to be able to do cash in person. So shout out to local Ethereum.
Yeah, so to kind of get into this story as far as local Bitcoins, for those who may not have heard of this, your first time hearing this, Finnish the country, peer-to-peer Bitcoin trading platform, Local Bitcoins, had kept silent after users reported it had removed cash trading from its service on June 1st. Local Bitcoins, which allows users to trade Bitcoin for fiat privately, purportedly cut the option for in-person meetups to trade crypto for cash, angering social media commentators. The top Reddit commenter said it's time to no longer recommend local Bitcoins ever. This is the top comment on Reddit. I think we told people about local Bitcoins and to stop using them at least 6 months ago. And I know this for a fact is because I was hacked on the people. Or I wasn't hacked, but I guess one of the high-ranking accounts that I was trying to do some business with, they were hacked. But long story short, I just got a chance to do my own deep dive after the experience. And I saw myself, I'm like, oh, local Bitcoins is headed down the drain. Like, what's going on?
I saw KYC, I was like,
then KYC came shortly after. And again, it's one of those things where you don't want to blame them, the website, because that's what it is. But when you as soon as you get AML or KYC, more than likely you don't know how to do it. You have to hire somebody to at least do it or check over it for you, or the government's going to come down your neck even harder. So I'm assuming they had to divert resources to it. And again, that's what caused everything else to start failing because now they can't do it. As you can see, this article says it. The company reported in February that it was going to be working toward compliance with the European Union AML and KYC standards. But again, that's just the EU. which means the U.S. already got his money, and now they're tagging the EU to say, all right, y'all good to go.
Y'all go in and do what y'all got to do.
Get y'all crumbs. We good to go over here.
Yeah.
So,
like Shannon Allen, he just said there was a big private meeting called Bilderberg in the area.
I saw that.
So they on code.
That's true.
That's exactly, the types of stuff that we tell people while we do the news. Because you have to look at how the world is acting versus cryptocurrency, because this is what changes the world. So to say, because people, we tell you right now, they're shaking in their boots. People who have a lot of power, because the power is slowly being pulled away.
And what's crazy on this is, again, we talked about local Bitcoins last week. Here's a story here where users were banned in Iran. And we said, again, what type of slippery slope that was. So it looks like they are going full speed ahead as far as agreeing to all the regulations. But again, this is the problem why I tell people, don't listen to regulators, politicians, and all that. It's not to be anti-government. It's to be anti-corrupt government. Yeah. Because right now, politicians and regulators in both the European Union and America are trying to stop businesses like local Bitcoins, just so businesses like Facebook or Gemini or JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs has a chance to create their own local Bitcoins website and then basically get all the market in the competition. They couldn't do it naturally, so it was like, what's the best way? And that kind of goes along to our story later where we're talking about the TV show Billions that kind of covers some of that stuff.
Oh, yeah. Man, I can't wait for the day where it's more profitable to be honest. Because that's when businesses will do it.
So that's
it's more
crazy.
Profitable now to be dishonest. Then with blockchain, it's like, it's more profitable to actually be honest. More people mess with open source software. More people want to see your business funds tracked through blockchain. Right. We actually support those businesses. Every other business, what y'all doing over there?
Right.
What's going on? So, yeah.
Well, when you mentioned that earlier, as far as once people realize, by helping and doing everything together almost the right way, they can do better. People still don't realize it. Everybody's so competitive. It's like, there's a lot of resources. There's a lot of resources. Like, you can literally now get in teams of 20, 30 people and everybody can eat just as well. Like, it doesn't have to be, I need to go against these other 30 people. So it's crazy. But we'll see what happens next. Mexico is getting 8 new cryptocurrency exchanges, it looks. I didn't believe this when I saw it. But what's going on with Amero Esatec over in Mexico?
Oh, yeah. So we have online exchanges, which you can get on your phone. But some people don't have the benefit of being able to get these exchanges in their country. So you need physical exchanges, i.e. ATMs, or physical exchanges where you walk up and a person can exchange cryptocurrency. So they have announced that on June 21st in Nuevo Leon, Monterrey, they will expand to 7 other locations in Mexico as well. They'll serve over 800,000 crypto users by installing the exchange in the Amero. So the asset launches on the day of the Nuevo Leon opening, and I do want to note the name, the Amero. That it's trading in the Amero. That's an actual exchange that they're using. And I have heard people saying that the North American economic system will all be under one currency called the Amero. So this is kind of interesting. They're testing it in Mexico right now. But in this exchange, the company, they bought about 1,400 acres of Southern California land for $2.8 million. So they're actually one of the world's biggest real estate exchanges.
First,
as well.
I want to know where they bought that
and
much
I want to know where, because this is somewhere around us. I don't know.
Right.
But due to the new fintech laws, this allows businesses to do this. So you can actually put exchanges so people can walk up with cash, exchange, and cryptocurrency and go on about their life. They probably have to pay a huge fee. However, right now you got to start somewhere. So we got 8 in these different places and more coming.
So I'm looking at this like, is Mexico the testing ground for this?
Yeah.
Because they're, like you said, they're pushing out 8. This guy's buying up land, clearly has some money. The government has to be involved. I mean, people, if you haven't been to Mexico, this is Mexico. Government is involved.
Oh, yeah.
Which means the U.S. government is involved. So it goes back to, I wonder if this is a testing ground where they're saying, hey, let's see how well this works, because if it works here, then we're literally just going to work with these bankers over here. As you just said, we had this Bilderberg meeting just go down. I saw, I think, what was it, Shannon Allen saying Peter Thiel and some others there. Of course, if you're a billionaire, you're invited. But if this is the next move, then yes, let's get a couple billionaires, round them up. Hey, in your state, push out 2 or 3 different exchanges. Let's see what happens. So it'll be interesting to see how this develops. But we'll definitely be following it as well, because if it turns out to be something great, Mexico might be one of those premier destinations to do some crypto business in.
Oh yeah, definitely, because there's a lot of stuff to launder in Mexico, so you can definitely use it through the blockchain.
Hilarious. Block One is launching a social media platform on the EOS blockchain. I know it, people.
Oh yeah.
That probably gets some of you up in the morning that loves EOS. We know we got a lot of those folks here, as well as across the channels. What's going on, Crypto Blood? But it looks like Block One, the multi-billion-dollar startup that built the EOSIO platform, is the latest blockchain firm with the social media aspirations, announced Saturday, as this article states, at a Glitzy event in Washington, D.C.
Glitzy.
The new platform is called Voice.
Oh.
Bitcoin Zach, can you please tell us about Voice and what Block One is doing?
Well, basically, for those of you watching on these platforms, you are using a product that uses your information to sell to different companies. But Voice says they will stand out by not turning its users into products. The CEO actually stated, "Our content, our data, our attention, these are all incredibly valuable things. But right now, it's the platform, not the user, that reaps the reward. By design, they run by auctioning our information to advertisers, pocketing the profit, and flooding our feeds with hidden agendas dictated by the highest bidder." So Voice is supposed to change that. This is part of the version 2.0 of EOS. And this was the big announcement a lot of people have been waiting for on June 1st. So one of the things I want to note is that Mark Zuckerberg came out recently and talked about privacy for social networks. And people were like, well, you sell our data. How private could it be? What I think he was sort of hinting at, as far as privacy goes, EOS may not sell your user products, but how safe will it be? So, your information will be there, but what if they continually get hacked? Like Facebook is, they're kind of like.
That's the thing with Google.
We have the resources.
We get all your information, but we can keep it private.
But if we want to. Yeah, if we want to. So that's the thing. It's like, if you want it private, yeah. So them raising $4 billion, them not having a big product yet. This was a huge announcement, and Voice looks like it'll be good enough as a social network. Haven't used it, but we'll have to see how it works once it comes out. So shout out to EOS.
So here's my thing with Block One CEO Brandon Bloomer, as you can see here, as he announced Voice. This is a screenshot from their Block One live stream. I already don't trust the guy.
Yeah.
Already don't trust him, and this is why, people. He's going with the whole, I get it, the whole tech startup look with the black and t-shirt or little sweater thing, whatever, in the stage. But also, like, the last person I saw do this was the Theranos we always talk about. I mean, she came out looking the same way, selling a pipe dream. So before the U.S. publics come and jump on top of me, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Voice. I'm just joking, but being kind of serious, saying when I see things like this, it makes me want to do a deeper dive, because I'm like, all right, is this like the style for every startup right now, or are you actually creating your own thing and doing your own thing, striking off in your own way? Because if not, if you're looking like everyone else and you plan on doing it the same thing as everyone else,
what are we here for?
Right. What you're basically telling us is that I'm going to lie to you and tell you that we're not going to sell your customer data. However, there's no other way to pay the bills, which Mark Zuckerberg found out, so we're going to sell your customer data.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I mean, again, I'm over here like Barbara on Shark Tank, I'm Barbara and I'm out. All right, it doesn't matter why. It's just I'm out. But we'll see how this project progresses.
Oh yeah, like Antonio says, I like EOS. Interested to see what their KYC would be. I'm not signing up if I got to send in my passport for a social app.
Right.
Exactly. That's what people are waiting for in the crypto era. Is a small caveat of every single breakthrough you have is okay. So if you have KYC, you're doing exactly what we had before.
Right.
The point of this is to be able to have privacy as a citizen, but to have transparent businesses.
Exactly.
That really can't happen if we keep just handing over the keys to our information over and over and over. So yeah, you're right, Antonio.
D. Chiron says, sold all my EOS except 2. If I had all of them still, I sell them today on this news, LOL. Hey, listen, the puppets are going to come after you. They're going to tell you to hold for forever. What's going on, Minho Donahue?
Yep.
Hello. All right, last story, but certainly not least, Billions. We talk about Showtime's television show, Billions. We actually need to at them, let them know we talk about their show today. Tony, if you're listening, if you go ahead and give them that background for us on the thumbnail, that'd be great. But Billions Season 4, Episode 11, Lamster, Dirty Deeds, Collateral Damage, and a Mysterious Idiot. For those who don't know about the TV show Billions, it is about basically a venture capitalist firm in New York with a billionaire that's basically the wealthiest billionaire out there. I think it's supposed to actually mimic Steve Cohen or whatever, one of those guys out there. But basically, it just talks about everything that's going on in the world to make money. And of course, this previous season, season 3, and then this current season, season 4, they've been talking more about Bitcoin, blockchain technology, and all that great stuff because they're in New York and this is money. But one of the things this episode pointed out, the whole theme through season 4 was trying to push blockchain voting, basically. I mean, it's not like the overall theme, but it's one of the underlying things. It's to push blockchain voting. And one of the main characters finally found out why another main character did not want to push it. And it looks like one of the main characters, who turns out to be basically the attorney general of the entire state of New York, has a secret agenda, basically. So he's the one who doesn't want blockchain voted. He doesn't want blockchain voted because he's motivated by corruption and basically fixing the voting ballots in other states. So, of course, blockchain voting would throw all that out. But what I thought was more interesting about the show is not only did they mention blockchain technology and the possibility of blockchain voting, but the reason why it's getting such a negative pushback from places like New York is because there might be people there saying, no, blockchain technology is too transparent. And it's going, I already know it's 100%. Yeah. It's going to show all our dirty deeds. It's going to show us that, I mean, literally, we talk about it all the time where you have companies now that are allowed in every place on the entire planet except places like New York, and I forgot the one other one is always one of the countries.
UK.
Yeah, but yeah, you're New York or the UK or maybe a third world country that's been sanctioned by the US, but it's always New York they can't get into. So that makes no sense why one state on the entire planet is saying, well, no, we don't want no more new technology, but everything, you know what I mean?
Everything's good the way it is, bro.
Like, come on.
We built this over 100 years. I understand, this is how it has worked.
Right.
However, if you can start to see it crumbling, this is the thing. If you can start to see an institution going away, some of these people have left and went to blockchain companies. They were smart. Other people are going to stay in the building while it's crumbling and yell at people outside and say, stop. No, this is what's going to happen eventually. So it's good to see that with blockchain voting as a small example, you can start to see why some blockchain stuff is not accepted. And especially from a money standpoint,
it's crazy.
We lost $20 trillion. Do you really think
nothing we've done has worked? Right.
Yeah, like, come on.
Well, that's my thing when it comes to the money in general. Is when people will, Bitcoin will work or this, that, and another, I trust the government or this is working. Everything feels like it's working because we're $21 trillion in debt and no other country has a military strong enough to come collect it. However, I can guarantee you all, if there was another country $21 trillion in debt to us, we will have it by Monday. And when I say Monday, I mean the end of today. So it's crazy when you talk about money. Appreciate that, Antonio. He updated thumbnail. It's crazy when you talk about money. And again, people, they don't want to listen to the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency or any of that stuff. They don't care about gold, what's going on with the Federal Reserve. I mean, people don't even know, right? Everything is going good. I heard somebody to me yesterday telling about the economy and stocks and all that. I'm like, we are $21 trillion in debt. Nothing is going good. Like, we are in a burning house right now. So that's something I think that people should.
Pulling out lawn chairs.
Right. Hey, people really put out. I think that's something that people should remember every time we talk about the market economy. It's like right now, they're always talking about how good the market's been. It's been on the bull run for 10 years. No. We've been owing people for 10 years, still buying new clothes and new shoes, daring them to come up to us and say something, and nobody has. So it is what it is. But
until somebody does.
Right. Hilarious. Harold George, that's funny. Harold George said, reminds me of that show, Sharon Noble. Everybody thought things were fine until it wasn't. It's funny. I saw 2 minutes of that show yesterday. Somebody was telling me it was a good show. So I need to check it out again. Or Chernobyl. I probably pronounced that wrong, so excuse me, people. You know my pronunciation terrible.
Yeah.
Hypnagogia, a majority of debt we owe is to ourselves. We print money and depreciate our own currency. That's very true,
We manipulate our own ledger. That's literally why blockchain is different, because you can't manipulate it. We manipulate it on purpose to cause inflation. So you're right. We owe the debt to somebody who owes somebody else who, in the grand scheme of the world,
it's fake.
If we just don't pay it, like who, you know what I mean? Like
if we don't pay it, 6 companies that's gonna be bad with a bunch of old people at the helm. All right, so for the free crypto coin, what are we doing today?
Oh yeah, so for our free crypto coin question of the day, we actually discussed local Ethereum, maybe taking over local Bitcoins for a place to do cash peer-to-peer. Do you actually think down the road buying Bitcoin for cash will be illegal in the United States? Do you think that's a possibility?
Wow.
Do you think that they will, basically every company that does it, they'll have to stop at some point? Let us know. Put your cryptic coin address and we'll send those free coins to you.
Oh, and last but certainly not least, I want to highlight Shannon Allen comment. Shannon Allen said, cryptic coin, of course, we're ambassadors here. at Gem and the Crypto to help you all learn about cryptocurrency. But Cryptocoin is private and fast. If anyone here jumps in the Telegram channel after the show and they have the Cryptocoin wallet working with 100% synced and connections, I'm sending coins. Shannon Allen said we are different over here. He's also said they're doing a speed test with people with working and sync wallets. So that's one of the reasons why they're sending out those free coins. So he's not just giving out free money to do it. He's want to test again, people, this is the beginning of a project. You get to test some of this blockchain technology. You get to see how it works and learn about it. So
and free money. So if you are listening right now and you have some free time, again, that is the Cryptocoin Telegram channel. I'm sure Shannon Allen is in there, or his team is in there. They will walk you through how to get that wallet going. And at the very least, he'll send you some free coins so he can test their systems. And hey, we all can hope this thing pumps, right? Oh, yeah. That's what we're going for.
All right. Other than that, people, have a great Monday, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.